Alright guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the YouTube video. And as you can probably already tell by the thumbnail and the title of today's video, we are headed to Miami to Active Autowerke to finally get an exhaust installed on the M3. And by exhaust, I mean a mid-pipe. And I have chosen to go with the Active Autowerke single mid-pipe resonated to get a little more power and to also bring to life, I guess you could say, the actual exhaust note of the S55 and maybe delete a little bit of the rasp. If you guys are here new to the channel, this is my 2018 F80 M3 and currently it's completely stock exhaust wise. I do have the In-Performance muffler, which is made out of titanium, so it does help in that aspect for sound, but I'm truly hoping that the single mid pipe will really bring to life you know, that exhaust note for me. And we're about 30 minutes away right now. We're about 3 hours in so far. So once we get to Active, we'll check back in with you guys. All right, guys. So we just made it here to Active Autowerke, located in Miami, Florida. They've already done all the paperwork on the car. They inspected everything on the vehicle just to make sure there's no dents or dings or anything like that. You know, for their records. I already spoke to Rob. Spoke to him as well. I told them which exhaust I wanted installed on the vehicle, which again is going to be the single mid-pipe resonated. So I'm hoping it's going to definitely make the M3 sound a lot better. But I mean, we won't know until we know. And yes, I have a sandwich in my hand because even though me and Wang stopped this morning before we left to get breakfast, just now eating it. So we're running a little late. I drove as fast as possible, but we're just letting the car cool off now. I think they're going to pull it in soon, and once they pull it in, they're going to put it up on the lift, let it cool down a little bit more, and then they'll start the install. So I can't wait. All right, guys, so we're inside of Active Autowerke's building right now. The F80 M3 is pulled in. They're getting it on the lift. They've already pulled out the single mid-pipe as well, so we'll get some shots for that for you guys as well. And I'm here today with Rob, and he's gonna pretty much just walk us through the business, kind of how they started, give us a little brief history on all their accomplishments and everything that they've done so far. And really just get us up to date and up to speed for anybody who's watching this video who doesn't know anything about Active Autowerke. So,
well, yeah, thanks for coming by, and
of course.
Thanks for trying out our product.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you get really happy with it.
I think
it's been a great success for us as far as the mid pipe is concerned and the F80 platform. But we've been here, what, 42 years now?
Wow.
41, 42 years, and we started as a small, actually as a body shop, and grew from there, and then got into BMWs because that's what my brothers grew up with, as they were younger. And our first major breakthrough was actually when the E36 came out in '95, and we developed a turbo kit for that car, which was a huge success, and that's our first magazine article when there was magazines around.
Wow.
On the E36 European car. So we had the cover. It was a huge success.
Wow.
From that we transformed into the supercharged stage, where it was a little bit more practical and economical for a production part and a kit for us to do.
Right.
And then we evolved from there and got more into high performance as the BMW line grew. Then our next real breakthrough came with the F80 Challenge, as far as making exhausts really into exhaust systems.
Right.
Because we did do exhaust from the E36 and so on. But the F80, as everybody knows, has a horrible farty sound. So we developed a single mid-pipe, which was like a miracle for that car, to the point that it's been copied by a lot of companies right now.
Yes.
But from that, you know, we experimented more and decided on the equal length, which is a little bit different sound. It's more of a smooth sound, but does the same premise as far as getting away the horrible sound of the F80, the fartiness and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So that's the next big step. Now we're into the G80s, and we do for pretty much most M cars. We're doing some X cars now that we never did before, but
Right.
we're starting X3M. We're probably going to go into the X5.
Very nice.
But just expanding our product line. But as it is right now, it's very challenging still because we're still a very small company. But our reach has been, you know, pretty much worldwide. Just
Yeah.
the fact that we've been around so long, and we only do BMW still.
Right.
We still only primarily BMW.
Yeah, I know you were mentioning that you're still, I believe you said, what, 4 weeks behind?
Yeah, right now, I mean, our service shop is like 4 weeks behind.
Wow.
You know, and we're not even advertising or pushing our service part or anything like that.
Exactly.
But it's just the nature of the business right now. But you know, majority of our business is still production with exhaust systems right now.
Right. Yeah, I know. I mean, you guys have definitely hit the nail, you know, right on the head when it comes to exhaust systems. I can't tell you how many of my friends, you know, have the equal length mid pipe or the single,
Yeah.
you know, mid pipe resonator or non-resonator on their, you know, F8X chassis, and it sounds amazing. So I can
Right.
only imagine, you know, how backed up you guys would be with
Sure.
people trying to get rid of that, you know, farty noise or that rasp out of their vehicles. I'm pretty sure you're probably familiar with Viet F80 Ho.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
I know. I know. He's the one. He's kind of did a resurgence of the single mid pipe since
Yeah.
he changed over on that.
Yeah.
But if you look at our product line, you notice some of our products are like generation 2, generation 3, on our supercharger kits, on our exhaust systems, and so on. And basically, what that means is that we're always looking to improve.
Right.
So that when we find a big improvement over something, then we'll change it to like a generation 2 that we know exactly what we've done and what the difference is.
Right.
So that's what we're always trying to do. Right now, even the F80 platform with equal length and so on, we're trying to still do improvements to try and make it, you know, even better than it already is.
It already is.
So, like for instance, your car right now, you're going to go with a single mid-pipe, resonated.
Yes.
Which is
resonator.
what we never had offered before.
Correct.
But resonated as we developed with doing the equal length. And then we tested it and it works, you know, good on the single too. It's just like, you know, just a little option that probably improves it that much better.
Right.
But every improvement is always good.
Of course.
So we're always continually searching to find something better, even though it's pretty much good. Like when the equal length came out, you know, it was like everybody was so impressed with it. But you know, there's still little quirks on it to be done, and we're always trying to improve.
Of
But
course.
at the same time, you know, there's new models coming out now. The new thing is the G80,
Right.
and there's, you know, developments that we have on the G80 right now too.
Living fast.
Yeah. So we are also looking at the G80 equal length that we've done one for that. So that's a new product that we're going to come out with too, because of course we're known for the equal length. So
Right.
we're going to offer that for the G80 platform also.
There you go. You guys heard it here first. Which setup do you think sounds better? Do you think that the single mid sounds better or the equal length for the F8X chassis?
You know, I keep saying this, and it's, you know, sound to me is subjective. To me, I don't know. I hear it so much. They're very similar. I mean, of course, the equal length is a little bit smoother, but is it better? It all depends. Some people like it better, some people don't. The single tends to be a little bit more aggressive sound, you know, a little bit deeper sound. So it all depends on what you like. I still have people that love the single.
Right.
Even when the equal length came out, they wouldn't even switch.
They wouldn't even switch.
You know? And then I have people that switch to the equal length and said they'd never go back to the single.
To the single.
So, you know, it's at least we conquered the part that the original F80 sound is gone.
It's gone.
And that's a big thing about it. You know, some people complain about rasp at that 2000 range, which is something we're trying to fix. We don't know if we're going to get it 100%.
Right.
But, you know, at least there's some kind of leeway that you can have the option of going to efficient mode, you know, and shutting the valves down where it's not as bad and it's bearable. Right. You know, so, but sometimes people want it like, whether it's open or closed or whatever, they always want it to be not there at all. So sometimes it's not always possible to you know, to fix that, but we're trying. We're going to try. We're not giving up on it. We're going to try and see if we can even make it better. Okay. So. Very nice. So hopefully you'll be happy with the single, with the resonators. I think it'll be super smooth if you have, like I said, stock downpipes right now. I do, so yes. You'll be good. Then, you know, you can expand from there. You can go with a different rear. Right. You can change downpipes. So everything will keep changing as you go along. Until you find the setup that you're happy with. That's the important thing. Whatever you're happy with. Correct. You know? Yeah. So I still have guys like Viejo, he prefers a single, he's happy with that. Right. For how long, we don't know. Right, exactly. For how long, we don't know. So, and then I have people with equal length that are super happy with that, you know? Right. And they're like, so there's always, and then we found out there's variations with whether you have, you know, an automatic or DCT car versus a manual. Right. Because it drives them, the RPMs are different when you change gears. Correct. So some of that raspiness you don't hear. Right. In the manual cars versus you do in the automatics, right? Yeah. In DCT. So, you know, there's always those little quirks that changes. That changes everything. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a preference thing. Yeah. Well, I just want to give a huge shout out to all my friends who have equal links and single mid pipes. Thank you all for experimenting for me, so I could just come here today and just know which one that I personally wanted. So, thanks guys. Thanks Viet. Thanks Danny. Thank you Wang behind the camera. And thank you to everybody else on Instagram who also follows me. You guys make my job a lot easier. So, well, thank you for your time. You know, thank you for giving us a little bit of you know, history on, you know, Active Autowerks, where you guys came from, where you are now, and how you guys continue to revamp and modify everything that you do in order to make it better for us, the consumers. So, you know, we greatly appreciate that, and I don't think anybody who's watching this video right now is not thankful for you conquering the F8X. Yeah, we'll try, and hopefully, you know, we can get it to the point that at least everybody's happy, you know. It's not easy to please everybody because, like I said, we're all human. We have different choices and, you know, different ideas. So hopefully we can at least get the majority happy. Majority wins. All right, guys. Well, we're going to head back out there now, see where they're at with the mid-pipe install. Maybe get some cool shots for you guys, and when it's all said and done, hear it, see what it sounds like. So we just took off the stock mid-pipe. As you guys can see here, they did tell me that they were going to need to cut this portion right here where it meets to the MPE, right up here. So they went ahead and they made those cuts, and this is where the single mid-pipe is going to attach to, these 2 points right here. And my man up front there, he's cleaning everything off and getting the new gaskets ready to be put on. Also, just a fun fact for anybody who doesn't know, the regular mid-pipe, if you have a base and or a competition, is built just a little bit differently. If you look right here, you'll notice that this mid-pipe has what they call an H-pipe right here in the middle. And if you have a competition or a regular base mid-pipe and exhaust, you won't have that design right there. And that's for the to be able to be paired with the M-Performance rear muffler. Just a little quick fact on that.
All right, guys, so they have successfully put up the first piece of the single mid pipe. They're getting everything else ready, all the clamps and things like that, to finish the rest of it. But real quick, if you guys have not yet seen the Turner Motorsport skid plate install that I have on the channel, go back and watch that video, because it is most definitely one of the most important mods that you can do to your F8X. And as you guys just saw, there is a humongous dent in the skid plate itself. Because the last time I was down here in Miami, I was on vacation, and I don't know what I hit in the road, I don't know what it was, but I heard the audible sound of it denting the Turner Motorsport plate right here for the oil cooler. And as you can see, it put a huge dent in it. So if I had had the OEM plastic one here, that would have definitely broke through it. It would have hit my oil cooler, and I could have had a very bad day in Miami. But thankfully, because I installed the Turner Motorsport oil cooler stiffening plate right here, it saved the day. So if you guys don't have one, I highly recommend to get one, especially if you're lowered. Frank, you ready? No, you're good. You're good. Spin the crank up, you buy it. Alright guys, so just pretty much picking up where we left the video off, after they installed the mid pipe and brought the car down, obviously you guys saw they started it up. That was pretty much a warm start and some revs. Didn't sound too good right then and there, but I promise it does sound good. After that, the individual who installed the mid pipe, he took it for a test drive around their facility just to make sure that everything was nice and tight, everything was secure, and it was. Then he came back. We finished, talking to Rob and all the rest of the guys there at Active, and we transported some goods back for one of our friends. So that was some same-day shipping for him.
We delivered something for Viet.
Yeah, we delivered something for Viet. You guys will see it on his channel. Make sure you guys go on over to his channel at F80Ho and subscribe to him if you aren't already. And you'll see what we same-day shipping delivered to Viet. So that'll be pretty exciting for him. But yeah, overall, the experience at Active was fantastic. The professionalism was next level. The amount of meticulousness that the tech or the individual installing my mid-pipe had while installing everything, going back over everything, double checking everything, triple checking everything, making sure everything was secure, measuring everything, really just, blew my mind, because I think he took probably like, what, 2.5 hours? Probably about 2.5 hours to install that mid-pipe, and that wasn't because, he didn't know what he was doing. That's just because of how much attention to detail he was paying, to actually installing the mid-pipe. So I was, super blown away by that, because most places just throw the pipes together, throw it on the car, bring it down, and then, they send you on your merry way, and then you might run into like rattles or anything like that later down the road if the exhaust wasn't, mounted properly or spaced properly, away from the heat shields and the brace and things like that. But did a fantastic job. They really made us feel like we were part of the family while we were there. They gave us a tour of the facility. They walked us around. They showed us a lot of new stuff that they're going to be coming out with pretty soon. And, they pretty much like walked us through the differences between like their mid-pipe systems, their exhaust systems, how they are continuously changing things and trying to improve on things to make, their systems better for consumers, depending on, what people ask for is what they try to deliver for us. So, that was really cool of them as well. I thought it was pretty funny. I actually asked Rob which system he preferred on the S55 or the F8X chassis, whether it be the single mid or the equal length, and he really broke it down to me and Wang very well. He was pretty much telling us that the single mid is more aggressive and has a deeper tone to it for a DCT car, and the equal length is better for a manual car, because obviously the RPM range and band is different, the gears are longer, so you kind of get a different sound or tone with the equal length with a manual car as opposed to a DCT. So he was telling me, he was like, you went with a good choice for getting the single mid resonated for your car for having a DCT. So I thought that was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, they mentioned that on the equal length, pretty much the range of sound, for instance, is smoother into upper levels of the equal length. So like, for instance, manuals, at least for me, I don't know about any of you guys out there, I like to sort of ream out the RPM. So I'll be in like 4 or 5K RPM on like while I'm cruising, just because I like hearing the exhaust. So like up in the higher bands, they said it was just a much smoother sound compared to the single, which makes sense. Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Yeah, most definitely, and I'm 100% satisfied with how my exhaust sounds now with the single mid-pipe resonated. Yes, there still is a little bit of rasp in there. I'm just not going to be able to get away from that, being that I do have the titanium muffler. That does have some effect, some sort of play with it, but I will say that the overall tone and the note of the exhaust is much deeper. Same with the burbles. It's not like very like loud and poppy and like bang. It's more like just like a very deep kind of burble now. Same with the exhaust note. So overall, I'm happy for where it's at right now with what I've done, being that I still have the stock cats, and I have a resonated single mid. So overall, again, very satisfied with the installation process, the overall experience, going to Active, and then them pretty much just breaking everything down for us, showing us their whole facility, and just really making us feel like we were part of the family while we were there. So it was overall a really great experience, and I would definitely recommend anybody who is in the Miami area, whether you're close or not that close to them, I definitely recommend going there and having it installed there. Again, the experience was just phenomenal, and I and Wang, we both live in Winter Park, Florida, so we drove 3.5 hours all the way to Miami just to have that mid-pipe installed. And again, like I said, it was worth every penny in gas, and it was worth the 3.5 hour drive there and the 3.5 hour drive back.
You know, they definitely went above and beyond for us, and you know, I'm very grateful for that. So.
And that's what you get with good shops. I mean, there's Samuel's where he got his paint done. I mean, that's probably the only place that will touch paint on my car ever. I've always gone to them. That's why I suggested it to Ben. I mean, there's stuff like that. I mean, there's, for instance, Obsessed Garage's Alligator Tint guy. I mean, he's probably one of the best tint guys around. You really get what you pay for, and people will travel. I mean, if you want quality, you'll travel. You'll make the time and the trip to get that quality. So,
yeah. And we definitely did. Boy, we had some boost lag coming back. Not jet lag, we had boost lag. Woo, I slept in like crazy. That's low-key why we're doing this video like 2 days after we got back, because we were tired. We made a whole day out of the install. So we're closing the video out now. And again, just want to shout out all my homies, Wang, Viet, Danny, Chris, and anybody else in our group chat that has gone through the trials and tribulations of trying to figure out which exhaust mid-pipe setup sounds the best on the S55. You guys really made it pretty easy for my decision. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate it.
You made the wrong decision. The wrong decision was made. Just kidding. No, it sounds good. It sounds good. I like it. It also, the difference is like they never had a resonated single mid-pipe before, and then they came out with it later because of the equal length having the resonators, and then they pretty much took those and then put them on the single. And now it's like, it sounds a lot different compared to like just a straight pipe single.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it sounds really good. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would switch, but I don't think I would switch, but you never know. Shit happens.
But yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. And make sure, as always, to follow my boy here, Wang. Again, this video would not be possible without him. He did take the day off to come to Miami with me and help me record this video, so I'm very grateful for him. He also has a lot of good content on his channel as well. All that information will be linked down below. Yeah, peace out, and we'll see you in the next one.